Boom, we are pre-recorded again today, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, March 19th. We hope you are having a wonderful day. We want to start off by thanking you for sharing your most valuable asset with us, your time and your attention. I'm very grateful for all the support that the Bear family gives and shares with everyone. And with that in mind, let's just dive right into the charts. I'm going to spend a little bit more time today, I think, going over some of the, there we go, find out, back to the speed test, everything's working. So Bitcoin just had a little jump up. It touched the $4,090 area and then came back down very, very sharply. Yesterday I had mentioned that at least I thought we were going to see maybe a quick spike up to the $4,150 area, $4,120, with a reversal back down. Over the last month, we've been consistently bumping up against the top of the triangle around the $4,200 area. And the more we touch that area, the more likely it seems that we're going to come back down. Now, since the beginning of November, I've had my eyes on around a $1,600 target for Bitcoin because of the negative sentiments coming in from the global markets as a whole. So we're slowly seeing that story play out here. We've hit the $4,200 mark at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6 times, if not a few more. So let's see, we got 7, 8. We've hit the $4,200 mark 8 times. There's a lot of resistance coming in from that area. I actually I exited all the positions aside from a small position I held in Raven yesterday, which I was very grateful I didn't exit because Raven jumped up another 20%. Raven has actually been one of the tokens we've been interested in that's done really well over the last few months. As a matter of fact, between the two ins and outs, it's equated to over 600% in gains in the last few months alone, since I believe the beginning of August, which is fantastic. Those alone, depending on how you're playing, that's enough in a swing trade to last for the few months. Now again, as we get back into the trading, slowly working on turning on the private members newsletter, trading den, all the educational tools. Again, what we don't want to give you guys just calls. We want to basically fill your toolkit with all the tools necessary to make educated assertions on where the market's going, what it might be doing, and how to find tokens like Raven. This has been one we've ridden a few times now, and we're excited to do so. Now, if you jump in and we look at Ethereum, one of the reasons why I like charting multiple versions, multiple tokens, Ethereum and Litecoin specifically, is because they're sitting in the top 10 coins in terms of market cap. They get a lot of notice from a lot of people, and I like to use them as a speculation, I guess, to some degree, on where the rest of the market is headed. So here with Ethereum, you actually see has a very similar pattern form over the Bitcoin price movement. Again, this nice ascending triangle. Now, ascending triangles are actually only continuation patterns, so the fact that we're in a continuation of a bear market leads this pattern to be a bear market pattern. If we're in a bull market, the ascending triangle actually goes the opposite way. Now, this is very important to notice that these are continuation patterns, whereas when we were in Raven yesterday, we had the little triangle break up because we were already in an uptrend from the previous point of around 250 Satoshis. It was also a continuation pattern. It's one of the reasons why I stuck around in that trade, just to see what would happen, and again pulled off another 20% just by waiting those 24 hours. Now if we jump into Litecoin as well, again, what I'm trying to do here is just get as much information about what's going on in the markets as possible. Now, I had originally suspected that we would see Litecoin go all the way up to $80 before turning around, and we didn't see that, which means this is even weaker than I had thought. That's not a good sign. Now, a lot of people are really excited because Litecoin did go from $20 to $50, but at the same point, Raven went from 250 Satoshis to 900 Satoshis in just a few days. So Litecoin, as fun as it is to be interested in, I think, these larger volume tokens, I'm interested in I guess the purpose of each of these tokens. Now, Raven offers a lot of value in understanding the use case of private ownership, tokenizing almost anything. So it's something we'll continue to keep. It's the reason why it's in our top 5 here. Actually, BNB is in the top 5 there as well for the tokens that we're watching and playing with because of their use case in the ecosystem. So again, what I think is important here is understanding, let's make sure this is all good, throw that back over there, is understanding that what we're trying to do is just really aggregate and capture as much data and energy as possible. That way we can make the wisest decisions and not make them emotionally. So I am still looking for a much lower range here in Litecoin, somewhere around the $10 mark, because there's a massive gap in the volume profile fill right in this area. Now, we bounced off the first volume profile fill right here, which is around the $25 area, which was nice. We had suspected we would see a B wave, so it's good to see that we've had a B wave. Now, the fact that Litecoin actually broke up and into the $60 mark is quite nice, because we've hit the one of the strongest points of support and resistance that Litecoin had, and also coming in from the previous year. Now, I don't have the data on Litecoin going back to 2013, but I know we had charted it at least against Bitcoin for having multiple relationships to this area, and I'll make sure I have that chart loaded up tomorrow so I can bring more clarity of what I'm trying to show here. But essentially, this is still a very weakened market, and I'm not expecting that we're going to see any more upward momentum. Now, the difficulty is that my assertion about the S&P 500 as well as the dollar is in a really interesting gray area. The S&P 500, again, bouncing up to 28.3, again, hitting one of the main areas of support and resistance. If it continues to climb at this area and forces the dollar down, we're going to see likely more positive momentum in Bitcoin. But at the particular moment, we're in no man's land in every way, shape, and form. It's actually surprising. This feels like the Wile E. Coyote when he runs off the cliff, and all he hasn't done is look down yet. I think as soon as people look down to realize that there's no ground beneath them, we're going to fall very, very quickly. And whether it's the dollar or the stock markets first, it's almost irrelevant. I made this point yesterday, but we're essentially betting on the demise of a lot of other people's futures and their future hopes and gains through whether it's regular investing, owning property, just working hard and being a good human. This is going to affect everybody negatively when these markets start to turn, and it is not going to be fun for society. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a very detrimental experience. I remember back in 2008, my partner at the time, her parents had lost an enormous amount of money. We're talking tens and tens of millions of dollars. It has a heart attack. People start to lose the relationship to reality when things start to break down, and it is not just detrimental for society, but it's detrimental for people's health, their well-being, their families, and that's what we're getting excited about. As soon as Bitcoin started to run in early 2016 and 17, I started to get scared because I know that we are betting on the failure of the mainstream. And that is something that is, as much as I love to be a contrarian, we have to accept how bad that's going to be, whether it's food shortages, gas supplies, jobs, housing prices. All of these things are going to come clamoring in all at the same time. And I don't think it's going to be all that pleasant to be a part of. Okay, so with that in mind, what happens next? Well, we'll take one last quick look at Ravencoin. As Ravencoin here, I'm actually looking for a potential breakout past the last all-time high. Now, I'm going to keep a close eye on it because we've candle-wicked back up to the recent areas where we had multiple all-time highs. We've got 1, 2, 3 points of touch here around the 900 Satoshi mark. Now, if we break out of this area with any significant volume, there's not a lot holding us back from running to 1,400 or say 2,000 Satoshis from the 900 mark that we're at now, again making another 100% move. Now, I'm not betting on that in any particular way right now, not heavy, because of how precarious Bitcoin feels in this triangle, but it's good to keep an eye on because Ravencoin has always been surprising, and this bird flies when we least expect it. So it's been a fun ride for Ravencoin. I held on to my position, but I'm starting to feel like it's a little bit more precarious of a space to be. We'll end the day off. I was looking at Veritasium just for fun. We'll end the day off here by looking at the CoinGecko's global market caps. We've got Bitcoin again sitting around the $3,900 to $4,000 area, depending on which market you're looking at. Over $7 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. And in the last 7 days, you know, we have green on everything. Look at that. Bcash up 24% in the last 7 days. Again, this is one of those reasons why this market is so exciting, is that even on short plays, you've got, look, Dash up 10%, Ontology up 20% over the last few days. I don't even know what the hell OKB is. This the new Huobi token? I have no idea what OKB is on the Ethereum platform. See, there's new tokens. I don't even know what the heck they do. It's just ridiculous. So with all of this growth in the market taking place, it's one of the reasons why everyone, I think, is going to come back. Crypto.com chain, what the hell is this? 189%. So this is just absurd. This is just absurd. There is so much value that can be captured here. We've got Omise Go over the last 12 days, 7 days, up 11%. So anyways, we're going to be opening the trading den soon. I'm working with all the Arcane Bear admins to get the newsletter back up online. I want to give them a shout out and a thank you for doing such a great job. We have almost 2,500 people in the Telegram channel. There's a great chat going on all the time, very supportive, intelligent individuals. So we're going to be working on the newsletter again, which is mostly educational, informational content that brings ideas like Ravencoin to the surface and why we're interested in them and why we keep playing them as a great swing trade. They have twice now gone from the 200 Satoshi mark to almost 1,000, bringing us 300 to 400% moves on each play. Absolutely astounding. Grateful to be a part of the Bear family myself and watch all this economic momentum take place. It will be $20 a month via PayPal subscription. You guys will be able to sign up for cheaper if you pay on yearly with Bitcoin or any of the other cryptos. So keep your eyes open for that. Anyone that has signed up, because I know there's 1 or 2 of you that did over the last month, we will just roll you over because you might not want the refund. The content we know is significantly more valuable than what it costs. So we're looking forward to that. Again, we were hoping to open that up for the 1st of April-ish here, but I will let everyone know. So please don't sign up quite yet. Wait until I give us the go-ahead. But if you really, really want to and you're trigger finger happy, you can go ahead, you sign up. We'll just roll you over for the next month. Let's deal with the Arcane Bear. Give us those thumbs up if you like this content. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. Hell, I don't care. Any energy is good energy as far as I'm concerned. If you're new to the Bear family, please subscribe. Join the Telegram channel in the links below. If you haven't yet, go to arcanebear.com. Sign up for the free newsletter, and then that way you guys will be notified instantaneously when the paid private newsletter goes live. So Tio, one more time, thank you guys all so much for sharing your most valuable asset with me today. I am deeply grateful that we continue to grow and build together as a community. We are always stronger for doing so, and I don't think I can ever express my gratitude. I can barely comb my hair, let alone express my gratitude. I'll see you guys inside.